This is Change Your Mindset Podcast, the podcast that helps change your life by helping change the mindset of the 99% into the 1% mindset. Here's your host, Adrian Gomez.
Welcome to Change Your Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Adrian Gomez. Approximately 2 months ago, I had made a podcast about why society wants weak men. Since then, out of all my podcast episodes, that has been the most listened to podcasts. I know in today's world, this is a main problem for mostly young men, and maybe there's men in general, because I said in the previous podcast of why society wants weak men, a lot of these men are taking their own lives because they can't handle it anymore. In all my podcast episodes, especially this one, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. If you don't want to hear this, then by all means, this is not a podcast for you. But I will tell you what you need to hear, because if you want to hear everything's going to be great, everything's going to be okay, go listen to the news, go listen to social media, because obviously, as you can see, society's messed up. As the title says, hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak men create hard times. And I bet you can figure out where we're at right now. Weak men create hard times. That's where we're at right now. Because unfortunately, we have weak men. Because now we're brainwashed by all this propaganda, all this social media, telling you it's bad to be a man. And we no longer think for ourselves, we just listen to it and believe it. Don't even question it anymore. Look, life is not easy. It would never be easy. If you're weak, this world will eat you up and spit you out. This is a tough life, and you have to keep fighting every single day. And that's going to determine who you really are, what type of person you really are. And if you're going through hard times, that's just going to make you a stronger man. And you being a stronger man is going to make good times. Just like the title says. But since men haven't gone through hard times, aren't struggling, aren't bettering themselves, we've been having weak men. Reason for this, obviously, they haven't had anything to struggle with. They either had things given to them. They haven't worked hard. They don't know what it means to work hard. Maybe they're lazy. So many scenarios nowadays that men don't even realize that's making them weak. I strongly believe times ahead are going to be very tough and challenging. Wherever direction this country goes, wherever this economy goes, wherever this world goes, times are going to get harder. And that will test you, and you will see what type of man you really are. Whether you fall over and give up, or you actually fight. There's this photo I came across saying how mental toughness is at an all-time low, which I strongly agree with. And it goes, your ancestors who were drafted into 2 wars and bombed in trenches looking down on you complain about your life while ordering an oat milk latte on Uber Eats because real milk makes your tummy hurt and you're too tired to walk to the store. And that's pretty accurate on some men. Just complain and whine. And I personally know men like this that just don't want to do anything. They don't want to get up. They don't go on to work out. They just complain and whine and say, oh, my life sucks. My job sucks. Do something about it. I'm tired of people complaining and whining. I hear it so much. That's why some people don't even like hanging around with me, because I tell them the truth. And people don't want to hear the truth anymore. They just want to hear whatever they want to hear. And they want to live in this little fantasy and bubble that doesn't really exist. And it's insane how people are thinking nowadays. And if you're a man, you go and get things done. That's how it's always been since the beginning of time. You get things done, you do it. You don't complain and whine, you go and do it. But unfortunately, everyone's lazy, just complains and whines and doesn't want to do anything anymore. People don't even want to walk anymore. They don't want to run. They don't want to do any type of physical activity. But they rather complain, watch TV, go on social media, maybe make some comments, or maybe share some posts out how, oh, this is my life, blah, blah, blah. Or maybe go play some video games and do nothing about their lives. And they never better their lives, and they never become the best version of themselves, and they waste their whole life. That's insane. What's the point of living if you're not going to be the best version of yourself? And that's why I do these podcasts, because I want you to be the best version of yourself. You only have one life. You only get one chance at this. Why are you wasting it? Why are you letting society tell you it's bad to be a man, it's bad to be masculine, it's bad to go get it, it's bad to go get money? It's insane. Stop listening to all this social media, whatever you hear, all this negativity, because all around us. Go out and get it. You're a man, you're a doer. Go and do it. Figure it out. think about it and go do it. Like I said before, people don't realize how good they have it in this country. You can be whoever you want. You can be anything you want. You just work hard. But like I said, no one wants to work hard anymore. People just want to be lazy and bums. And that's the society we live in. That's why people like that, they're never going to be anybody in life. That's how it should be. If you don't want to put in the work, you don't want to do anything, you just want to complain, whine, and cry about it, good. Be nobody. You can just be like everybody else. Be an average person. Just be another pawn in the system. Good for you. But that's not what I want for the people listening to this podcast. Just go get it. Go be somebody in this life. Make a name for yourself. Like I said, some people are not even going to like this message because it might be too harsh, might be too mean, might be too cruel. But like I said from the beginning, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Because most people won't tell you this. You're not going to hear this on TV. You're probably not going to hear this from your friends. You might, but it's not likely. I don't even hear from anybody else. I'm going to read to you one of my favorite Rocky Balboa quotes. So here it goes. Quote, "The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. And I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done." End quote. That is one of the most realistic quotes that you will hear. Like I said, it ain't easy. Life ain't easy. But you gotta fight every single day. Once you get up, you're gonna have to fight. If you want something in life, you fight for it. But nowadays, like I said, people don't want to fight. Men just don't even care anymore. There's something I'm starting to see a lot more often nowadays, which is very interesting and unfortunate. Everywhere I go, whether it's in public or even at the gym, I see men chasing girls, being led by girls and just following them while the girl leads. Men's always been leaders. And like I said, nowadays our roles are reversing. Women are becoming more like men and men are becoming more like women, whether you like to hear it or not, but it's true, unfortunately. And it's insane because even at the gym, and it's something I just don't understand. You're there to work out. You're there to improve yourself. You want to get in better shape. You want to get healthy. There's a reason for that. That's why you go to the gym. But I see it so often. Men are at the gym trying to talk to girls, trying to pick up on girls, trying to show them how to work out. And I even see them following women, like the women is telling them, let's go do this workout, and the guy just follows them and does that workout that the woman wants to do. And they just copy the workout, and then they go to the next one. The woman leads, goes to the machine, the guy follows, does the same workout as her. It's insane. That men just really lower their standards and demasculate themselves at the gym for the other men, and they're okay with it. In my head, I don't say anything. Like I said, I just put my hoodie on and I just work. I'm there to work out. I'm not there to talk to anybody. But in my head, I'm thinking those guys are bums. It's different if you're in a relationship and you guys are working out together. That's totally different. But this isn't the scenario. These are men who are friends with these girls, or this are men that are married and are trying to work out with other girls. That's different. If you're at the gym, better yourself. You're there for a reason. Something I will probably never understand. If you want to go to the gym to work out, by all means, that's great. If you're there to pick up on girls, why are you even there? Why are you wasting your time? Why are you wasting the machines for other people that actually want to work out? It'll never make sense to me. I just want you to think about something. Your ancestors. Your ancestors had a way tougher time, way tougher life to give you where you are at right now. Think about it, how hard they had it back then. How much they had to fight, how much harder they had to work back then to give you a better life. Same goes with your parents and your grandparents, so forth. For what? You just be a bum? Just do nothing with your life? Have a job? Be regular? Be overweight? Be a nobody in life? Be a pawn? Be like everybody else? Is that what your ancestors died for? Just for you to be a nobody? That's a damn shame if that's true. Men used to be warriors. Men would die for the country and for the family and for things they actually believed in. Whether that's true or not nowadays, I don't know, but many be warriors again. Because these are tough times. And when we just fall over and play dead, life as we know it will be over. No matter what this society wants you to be, less masculine, toxic masculinity, don't listen to it. Don't believe it. Be what you were born to be. Be a man. Be a warrior. Be the best version of yourself. If you know what you're worth, go out and get it. You have the opportunity. It's your choice to do it or not. Don't be like everybody else. If people want to be weak men, let them be weak men. Don't be that. While they stay poor, you'll be successful. You'll be in a completely different place than they will. If you got to cut off ties with people, then so be it. Don't let people hold you down. Be who you're meant to be. Be the best version of yourself, physically, mentally, and financially. And don't be like these weak men who go on OnlyFans and pay these women money just because they're weak-minded and they just give in to their dopamine hit. These women are making six figures because of men like this, because of weak-minded men like this. Don't be one of those guys. Even these women, OnlyFans women, are say these guys are losers. I would never date a guy who's giving me money for stuff like this. But yet here we are. Men are still giving women this money for stuff like this. And these women are making a killing off these weak-minded men. It's insane. And I don't blame the women for this. I blame the men for this. Because they're the one giving their money for stuff like that. That just shows how weak you are. Instead of bettering your life and doing something productive with your own money, having your money make you more money, you spend your money on OnlyFans and girls, stuff like that. I'm going to read you about the decrease in men's testosterone over the years. So this is an article by Medic Checks. So it starts off by saying, for decades, testosterone levels have been declining. Your granddad may not have been quite as swift with Excel, but he probably went up to you where T levels are concerned. It's normal for testosterone levels to decline as you get older, but for some reason, there's been a population level drop with each generation, at least since the 70s. This means on average, Gen Zers and millennials have significantly lower testosterone levels compared to their predecessors. The average testosterone level of a 60-year-old man in 1987 was around 17.5 nmol, according to a 2007 study in Massachusetts. Compare that to a 60-year-old man in 2002, his testosterone level was closer to 15 nmol. Based on this, average testosterone levels in men are declining by 1% every year, give or take. Research carried out on Finnish and Danish populations has shown the same trend, and even more recently, a large-scale study of Israeli men has shown on how average testosterone levels have dropped between 2006 and 2019 by over 10% across almost every age category. And that's going to sum up for that article. I'm reading another article by healthclevelandclinic.org about why men's testosterone are decreasing. So the first thing they talk about is weight. The downturn in testosterone levels coincides with higher numbers on the bathroom scale for much of the population, and that's not just a coincidence. Excessive weight and evaluated BMI, body mass index, measurements put added stress on your body, which seems to affect testosterone production and its natural distribution process. Next one is physical activity. If you lift weights, you also may be lifting your testosterone levels. Exercises such as strength training and high-intensity interval training have been shown to boost testosterone numbers immediately. They've done studies of men pre- and post-exercise that show testosterone levels increase with activity, says Dr. Patron. So, if you're not exercising regularly, you're not getting that bump. Cardio activities don't offer quite the same boost, though, and endurance activities such as long-distance running and cycling have been shown to show lower testosterone levels. It's to be noted too that physical activity also plays a factor in maintaining a healthy weight. The next one is diet. Eating a well-balanced, nutritious diet puts your body in a position to hum along at optimal levels. That includes testosterone production. And to make the same point as above, a healthy diet usually leads to a healthy weight too. Increased caloric intake can lead to obesity, and then the cascade effect on your health often starts, explains Dr. Pantalon. Several studies indicate that low-fat diets may lead to slightly lower testosterone levels, but researchers note that low-fat diets aren't associated with overall low testosterone. So don't view the results as a call to eat a high-fat diet, which can contribute to weight gain and other health issues. The next one is alcohol. Chronic and excessive drinking ultimately decreases testosterone productions, says Dr. Pantalon, added to the list of negativities that come from alcohol abuse. The next one is sleep. Your testosterone levels are typically highest in the morning after your body recharges while sleeping. The process breaks down if your peaceful slumber is disturbed by conditions such as sleep apnea. If you disrupt your normal sleep cycle, you're disrupting your body's normal rhythm of testosterone production, says Dr. Pantalon. And the last one is toxins. Odds are that you've come into contact with an endocrine disrupting chemical, or EDC. At some point today, after all, there are more than 800 EDCs used in plastics and other everyday products that are all around us. Research on the effect of these environmental toxins on hormones such as testosterone is ongoing. There's no question, though, that exposure to EDCs has increased exponentially over time. The environment around us has certainly changed, and those factors may be a contributing cause to declines in testosterone, notes Dr. Pantalon. And that's the end of the article of why your testosterone is decreasing. So honestly, if you want to increase your testosterone, you're going to do exactly the opposite of what is told you to do. Obviously, you need to start exercising, stop drinking alcohol, you need to sleep better, you need to eat better. Basically, you need to be the best version of yourself, which I always talk about in this podcast. That's basically what you need to do to increase your testosterone. And I bet you most men are doing exactly all this stuff that is decreasing their testosterone. Because like I said, men don't even care anymore. They're being lazy. They want to do anything. This is exactly what's decreasing men's testosterone and why our levels are decreasing every single year. Now you know the reason why. Now do something about it. Don't be like everybody else. Don't complain, whine. Just listen to it and do nothing about it. Go out there and change it. Choice is yours. Everything in life is a decision. That's your decision. Whether you do it or not, that's up to you. Nobody can take that away from you. You have that decision. Whether you want to do it or not, that's up to you. If you want to be a weak man, that's up to you. If you want to be a strong man, that's up to you. What type of man you want to be, that's up to you. For right now, there's more weak men than strong men. That's something we need to change in society. Because we're going to have more harder and harder times. There's a quote by Charles Swindoll. It goes, quote, "Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it." End quote. That's a quote I always believe because it's 100% true. A lot of things in life aren't fair. It sucks, but it is what it is. You can't change it, but you can change how you react to it and how you can do something about it. Whether you complain and whine, that's one way you can do it, or you can actually do something about it and make it positive. That's up to you. Life's not easy, like I said before. Life's hard. It's always going to be hard. Whether you fight or not, that's up to you. That determines what type of man you really are. Like I said before, this podcast is not for everyone. This podcast is for people that actually want to do something with their lives and actually want to change their mindset and actually want to have a better life and do something about it. Because that's for the people that want to complain and whine and play a victim. That's not for them. This podcast is not for you. Because those people will never be anything in life. And they'll be like that for the rest of their life. And they're going to pass it down from generation to generation. If you're a hard worker, you're going to pass it down to your kids. Because my father was a very hard worker. And I saw that with my own eyes. And I learned a lot from him. And I saw him put in all the hard work and discipline and consistency. And that's what I learned from him. And now I have the exact same thing. And he was a masculine man. And that's a trait that's going to go down in my family from generation to generation. Men will be men. And you can have the same trait passed down in your family from generation to generation. But it's going to start with you. You have to continue with that masculinity. And don't let the society tell you otherwise. Or women, whatever it is. Be a man and go be great. Go make your name mean something in this lifetime. Like I always say, you have one life. Don't waste it. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. I appreciate it always. I want to thank you, Patreon member Play262, for supporting this podcast. If you want to be a Patreon member, the link is in the description below. I appreciate you guys for supporting this podcast. As always, if you guys can subscribe on whichever platform you listen to, it helps support the podcast as well. If you guys can also share with others, for it can help grow the message, that helps, and I appreciate it as well, for it can grow and help change people's mindset, help change our society, and help further masculinity, because it's in a crisis right now. So thank you guys again. I wish you the best. Keep fighting every single day, and go get it. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Change Your Mindset podcast. Be sure to tune in every week for a new episode. As always, change your mindset to change your life.